All right, it's been a minute with a lot going on. First of all my love, all my support, all my strength, all my light, and all my mana to the city of Los Angeles, all the people of LA, all the people here in Los Angeles, as our city has just been rocked and turned upside down and completely devastated by these relentless fires that have been just crushing our city. As you guys know, around the world. Thank you around the world for all of your love and your support and your positive energy sent my way, people who I know, people who I don't know, and just thank you for sending it my way. But more importantly, thank you for sending it our way into the city of Los Angeles and all the people here who have just been devastated by it. We all know someone, we all know many who've completely lost everything in these fires, and it's heartbreaking. I was able to get my family out about a week ago when everything started to happen, just to be safe. Got the babies out, the pets out, the grandmothers out. My mom, for example, very limited lung capacity as she survived lung cancer, so we had to get her out of here with the air quality, the poor air quality. And I keep coming back to LA every single day. I'll drive about 90 minutes or so, come back here, check on the property, check on my friends, etc. And I gotta tell you this, as devastating as this is, as it's calamity and it's destruction, as you guys have seen on TV. What I am sensing, which is so inspiring, is the resiliency of Los Angeles and the resiliency of the city and the resiliency of the people of Southern California. And it's inspiring to see, it's motivating to see, because eventually I do believe that we will get on the other side of this and we will come back and we will begin the rebuild, and the rebuild is already happening now. It's great to see our communities coming together and forge as one and try to lift each other up during this time. Also, I do want to say to our first responders, our firefighters, first responders, the men, the women who have been working relentlessly and tirelessly 24/7 for days in a row, nonstop, and have committed to continue to do so. I love you. I think we love you. We thank you. And I'm so grateful that you are on the front lines and you're holding those lines for us. So fingers crossed, everything crossed. We get through this, as it seems, hopefully within the next 24 to 36 hours. And Mother Nature has a little bit of mercy on us, and then the rebuild will begin. So thank you guys again for all the love and all the support. And to our first responders, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Stay strong.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping, well, I know for a fact LA's going to bounce back after this. They're going to bounce back from this. We live in a strong country, It's not everything don't go as planned, everything don't run as smooth as we would like, but I haven't even heard Trump speak out about this situation yet. But maybe he will. I don't know, maybe he already did, maybe he just slipped by me. But this whole situation fucked up. They got prisoners out there getting paid like less than $20 a day, like $10 and some change a day to help put out those fires. People coming from different countries to help put out the fires. The people that came from Africa, people that came from Canada, people that came from Mexico, people that came from surrounding states to help put out those fires in LA. Salute to those guys. They're the real MVPs, for real. And I just feel like it's fucked up that the prisoners aren't really getting enough money for what they're doing. I think they should lighten their sentence or something like that. Let them people out of prison. Trump talking about giving police immunity. It's a whole other subject. They need to give some of these prisoners immunity for going and putting out these fires, and saving people and doing the things that they did for the city of Los Angeles. They did some big shit, Obviously, they needed them, you know what I'm saying? So they can at least lighten these people's sentences or give them a whole lot more money than they're offering them or that they gave them to put out those fires. This shit's deep. And I did a video about it. A lot of wrestlers that live out in the LA area, they've been affected by this, like, personally. We had Paige and Kayla Braxton, they had fires like right behind their houses. Luckily they're safe. They made it out pretty straight, they're not harmed or nothing. But it's just a lot of people, like about close to 30 people lost their lives. Last time I checked, it was 24 exactly. but it might be more than that now. I think the whole situation with the fires starting might be slowing down with the winds and the dry land and all this shit that's going on. You know, there's people out there purposely starting fires. There's a few videos online about that, like people was starting fires on purpose, like actually adding fuel to the flames, you know what I'm saying? And that's bullshit. And you got other people that was dressing up as firemen and going to people's houses and stealing stuff out their houses. That's bullshit. And you also got people that was looting, taking this opportunity to steal out of stores and stuff. You know what I'm saying? While people not at work, you know, taking advantage of, I guess they had easy access to go and steal out of people's stores. You know, this bullshit. But, you know, people are less fortunate. You know, there's a lot of fortunate people in Los Angeles. When you think about Los Angeles, you think about the palm trees and the beautiful women and the beaches and the water and all this shit, the ocean. But, you know, people don't always know that there's also a lot of poverty in Los Angeles, too. It's a lot of poor people and less fortunate people out there. You know, a lot of dope addicts out there and alcoholics and, you know. So it's people out there trying to get it how they live, you know. They're trying to, they came up, they looked at this situation as an opportunity to go and come up for their own personal sake, you know. And I ain't really trying to knock them for that, but it's not an excuse, you know what I'm saying? It's still bullshit, but, you know, all you can do is just pray for the whole city of LA, you know what I'm saying? Pray for America, you know. We need a miracle right now, you know. It's always some kind of natural disasters going on. Like, no matter where you live, you go to Miami, you're going to have to deal with hurricanes. LA is wildfires and earthquakes and shit all over California, you know. But Southern California, they're known for the wildfires, and the wildfires just got out of hand this time, like really, like for real. The wildfires came and touched down in the heart of the city and took a lot of people's lives, and took some properties and ruined some businesses, and, you know, the people's insurance on their houses ain't trying to help out. You know, people's insurance backed out on them. I talked about that in my last video. But yeah, hopefully soon this whole situation will be getting better. On the next topic, we're going to talk about AEW superstar Deonna Purrazo. She recently went to college and got a degree in history. She's really interested in history. You know, she's a great wrestler. She's a beautiful woman, but she also wants to pursue something else outside of wrestling. You know, she said she wants this to be something that she conquered on her own, something that a booker or CEO can't take away from her, as far as the same way they do in the wrestling business. So, you know, I'm going to show y'all this clip next, and I'm going to holler back at y'all after this one.
I chose a history degree because history was kind of this like private secret love of mine since I was a kid. But coming back and knowing they had a history program, it was a no-brainer for me. That's something that I'm going to be able to do easily. It's something I can be engaged in. It's something that, you know, whether I'm in an airplane or in a hotel, it's something I'm going to enjoy spending time doing. One class stuck out in particular. It was local state government, and I never thought that would be something that would interest me. Every state has a different set of laws and a different state government structure, and taking this class as an elective and really learning about Florida state laws as opposed to Texas state laws, as opposed to New York state laws, and kind of realizing how our country works on that smaller, intimate level really opened my eyes into, is government something that I would be interested in doing in the future? As a wrestler, I need to have deadlines. I need to have a schedule that I can adhere to. A lot of times I was ringside while people were rehearsing, writing papers and getting journals done. Thinking about submitting my final assignment, like, I could cry right now. It was such a sense of relief. As disciplined as I could be, I feel like we all have that self-doubt. It was finished. It was done. I could be done with it. And submitting it meant it was out of my hands. This was it. Being a professional wrestler, a lot of things are out of our control. Someone else is making a decision whether you become a champion or not. Someone else is making the decision whether you're on TV or not. What I loved most about earning my degree was the fact that I did it and no one could take that from me. Graduating, getting my diploma in the mail meant this is mine. This is real. It's like tangible now. In 5 years.
Well, damn, ain't she cute? I really love what she's doing, though, you know. So she's interested in working for the government or some shit like that. She's trying to do like local government shit, you know. So maybe she's gonna get into politics. She's talking about being like some kind of congresswoman or some shit like this. So, you know, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with pursuing a higher education. You know, people try to shit on higher education, somebody you don't use it, but you know, it's good for you mentally to study and keep your mind strong, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. You know what I'm saying? Some people just settle for being regular. You know, you can always pursue knowledge and try to grow wiser, you know, and knowledge can take you a long way in life. Even if she decides to not pursue a career with her degrees in, she can still have more knowledge about certain things in politics and different things that go on in this world, and you know, different kind of laws and shit like that. But most likely she will pursue something. Even though she's a wrestler, she still wants to pursue something else, because you know, wrestling is actually hard on your body. You know, you don't want to be like one of those people that's crippled at the age of 40 or age of 35, or have to depend on pain pills and shit like that from overworking your body in the wrestling ring. Even though I love wrestling, I appreciate what they do, but they put their bodies through hell. It's like real life shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we want to see them do that crazy shit. Like, I'm looking at AEW right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to see fucking Kenny Omega flipping around and, you know what I'm saying, getting body slammed on his back by Brian Cage. And I can't wait to see Kenny Omega fucking go against your boy Willow Spray. You know, they're going to be flipping around everywhere. You know, Jim Cornette hates that style. You know what I'm saying? The aerial type of wrestling, you know, like Ricochet said, this is my favorite kind of wrestling right now, you know. But, you know, it's dangerous. This is why Jim Cornette hates it, you know what I'm saying? So I understand why Jim Cornette hates that style, you know what I'm saying? Because he cares about the wrestlers and he cares about the business. And he's old-fashioned. He loves the old-fashioned style of wrestling, you know what I'm saying? I do too. But really not the matches so much, because they're like, compared to the new age of wrestling, you know what I'm saying? The wrestling styles in the old matches are boring. I like the way they told stories in the old matches without the aerial shit so much. You know what I'm saying? Had like a little aerial shit going on back then. Like, you had like Flying Brian and Ricky Steamboat and shit. They do like it was something to see when they would jump off the top rope, period. You know what I'm saying? But that shit still took a toll on people's bodies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Snuka. You know, that was something to see back then, but now the wrestlers these days take it to a whole nother level. You know, they put their bodies on the line like for real. And, you know, they're doing a lot better off actually than the wrestlers from back then, because, you know, the wrestlers back then, they had to turn to pain pills and all kind of muscle relaxers, and they really ruined a lot of lives. A lot of wrestlers passed away, overdosing and stuff. You know, you might be taking like pills just to heal your body, then you end up taking them to get actually fucked up, you know what I'm saying, and they become addictive, you know what I'm saying, and then sometimes some situations that might have killed themselves purposely, in most of them situations, it probably happened on accident. They might have forgot that they just took some fucking 10 muscle relaxers and 10 pain pills, and they go in and take 20 more pills like 5 minutes later and die, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they was taking a lot of fucking pills. I know you heard about the stories, you know, Shawn Michaels, Sting, and all them, they were on this shit bad. They're just a couple of the ones that made it out of this shit without dying, you know, and was able to change their life around and give their life to God, the Most Highest, you know what I'm saying? So thank God for that, you know, because it's some of our favorite wrestlers from the past, you know, but they all got a past. Everybody has a past, you know what I'm saying? I got a past. I'm sure it's still a struggle for Shawn Michaels and Sting too, you know what they say. Once an addict, always an addict, but, you know, some of us are good at battling it. Some are better at battling it than others. Some are able to be lucky enough or blessed enough for just the cards feel right for them to make it out of it. You know what I'm saying? And make it to serve God and live a real purpose in life. But yeah, I can't keep my eyes off the TV right now. I'm loving the Kenny Omega versus Brian Cage match. I know I said I was gonna go ahead and go to bed earlier because I was just going to lay down and watch wrestling, catch up on AEW Dynamite, but I found the Rock clip because, you know, we can't stay out of the devices at the same time, just scrolling and like, oh shit, the Rock just said something about the damn LA WildFires, so I thought I'd share this video with y'all and talk to y'all a little bit about wrestling because I love talking about wrestling, you know what I'm saying? I got other channels about rap if y'all haven't tapped into those, y'all can, you know what I'm saying? But this channel right here is all about wrestling, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to put more focus on the wrestling channel because talking about that other shit is kind of bad for my mental health, you know what I'm saying? Like all this street shit. So you're gonna talk about wrestling, talk about some entertainment, some nice fun, organized sports, some sports entertainment, you know. One of the most underrated organized sports, which they say is at another golden era right now. I'm not so sure about how true that is. I don't know. I guess you can tell back then, like with the Attitude Era was a golden era because I was in school and people that don't usually watch wrestling, that didn't usually watch wrestling, was coming to school talking about suck it and it's the bottom line and if you smell, and everybody's wearing the wrestling t-shirts and shit. That was obvious golden era. And the Hulk Hogan era, you know what I'm saying? This when I was a kid. That was an obvious golden era. You know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan and fucking Macho Man, the Ultimate Warrior. Them were the days. That's what I like better about the wrestling era. Cause they fucking, you know, they had the golden era of wrestling. That's what I meant to say. My bad. Like the rock and wrestling era of wrestling, cause they had good characters. You know, a lot of people shit on the characters back then. You know, cause it's like over the top. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, I don't know. It's like people are more like themselves in wrestling now. But back then, I feel like it was more entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I used to love seeing the gimmicks. I was big on the gimmicks, like the Undertaker and Macho King, man, he had the crown. Like I always looked at Macho Man as a Macho King, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I first knew him. You know what I'm saying? $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, the Big Boss Man, Jake the Snake Roberts. That shit it's classic to me. I still prefer to watch some old school wrestling videos over watching the new shit sometimes because I'm so much of a big fan of the fucking gimmicks. That's my thing. So I wish they would bring like those gimmicks back, really, but I know now, ever since the Attitude Era and the NWO era, the Monday Night Wars and all that shit, they start focusing more on like catering to an older audience or being more realistic, especially after it became so obvious that kayfabe was gone, you know what I'm saying? Because they started exposing wrestling on a few DVDs and a few wrestlers were coming out exposing wrestling, and the internet, of course, exposing wrestling in general. So they wanted to make it as real as possible, so they have people coming out as more as their actual selves and not so over the top with their gimmicks. So it's still a little gimmicky, but not as much as I used to love it as a kid. But I'm not a kid no more, I'm a grown ass man. But I love wrestling, you know. I'm sure I love wrestling. That's why y'all watching this video. Hope y'all hung in there with me. But yeah, I'm done talking for now. I'm for real this time. I'm about to lay it down. Try to finish Dynamite till I fall asleep. Peace.